Fayette County, Pennsylvania, played a major role in many historical movements across the United States. Its involvement in the women's suffrage movement is documented in history books across the nation, and we appreciate its contribution to women's rights to this day. The Justice Bell is just one artifact that Fayette County has helped create. Although the ring of the bell can only be heard for miles, its impact can be seen across the world today. From 1914 to 1920, Fayette County newspapers and other papers reported on the local suffragists of the women's suffrage movement Votes for Women. The most notable women's suffragist was Elizabeth McShane. She was a brilliant teacher of Fayette County. She quit her job to join the Justice Tour and advocate for women's suffrage. McShane later became the head director of the tour. She joined the Congressional Union and was jailed in 1917 for picketing the White House. In addition to this, she was active in many different women's organizations, including the National Women's Party, Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, and the Women's Trade Union League. Some other women from Fayette County advocating for women's suffrage include Lenora Craft, Elizabeth Leonard, and Sarah Cochran. They battled for women's rights along McShane's side. An important symbol carried along the journey of women's suffrage was the Justice Bell, a cast of the Liberty Bell which was made in 1915 by the Meneely Bell Foundry. Chester County activist Catherine Whitworth Ruschenberger came up with an idea to commission and showcase the bell. It is almost identical to the Liberty Bell, sans the large crack, and is also inscribed with the words, "Establish Justice." The main purpose of the bell is to showcase awareness of women's rights during the women's suffrage movement. It was driven around through the state on a multi-county tour with a few parades. The Justice Tour started in Bradford County in the spring of 1915, covered more than 5,000 miles, and crisscrossed every one of the state's 67 counties in less than 6 months. This, of course, includes Fayette County. It then traveled to other states in 1920 to raise awareness for the 19th Amendment of the Constitution. Even though the state referendum failed because of the large amount of opposition, the Justice Bell became noteworthy around the country and was rung in Independence Square to celebrate the passage of the 19th Amendment. The bell ended up in Ruschenberger's backyard after male state legislator denied a request for it to remain in Philadelphia. In 1943, Ruschenberger deeded it to Washington Memorial Chapel in Valley Forge National Park, and it sat there for 50 years. In 1992, Richard Lyon Stinson became the new rector for the chapel. He decided the bell deserved a new lease on life and enlisted the Pennsylvania League of Women Voters and the Daughters of the American Revolution to help raise money to house it in a proper setting. 3 years later, it was installed in the Carillon Rotunda. The Justice Bell remains here today. It still chimes for special occasions, and every time it is rung, we are reminded of the battles fought to obtain women's rights. We are so ecstatic to be going into the education field, knowing that a teacher from Fayette County, Elizabeth McShane, is among the most notable women to this day.